When you find no solution to a problem, it's probably not a problem to be solved, but rather a truth to be accepted. Facts, facts, facts. Collective, I feel like you're the type of person to accept harsh truths about reality. That your average person, it takes it like they ponder over it for years. It takes them years to really grasp reality or the harsh truth, because, for some reason, you know, humans always have to try to put a logical explanation on every little thing, that we experience or witness. And I think that that's the problem and the downfall of humans, that everything isn't logical. Everything doesn't operate off of logic, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't need to be solved. Like, some things you just have to understand as a truth. Like the quote says, some things you just have to accept in your life. You know, and collective, I feel like you are this type of person because you've dealt with problems in your life that had no solution. Like, you were dealing with real life problems, collective, that you were trying to find real world solutions for. And no matter how much you tried, no matter how much effort you tried to put into solving something, a situation, there was no solution. And because of this, you had a realization that, wait a minute, some things I can't fix. Some things can't be solved. Some things can't be forgiven. So some things can't be changed. So if it's something that can't be changed, if it's something that can't be solved, guess what? It's something that I need to accept. There's some type of truth that I need to accept. A collective, you are this type of person where you accept the harsh truths of reality because from early on you've had to face a lot of harsh truths of reality. You were met with a lot of truths, harsh truths of reality that a lot of other people didn't have to experience till later on in their life, right? You know how there's a lot of people who got to enjoy their childhood worry free. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to struggle very much. They didn't have to become an adult before they had to. Some people actually got to enjoy their childhood the way that a child should. Many people, but collective, not you. You didn't get to enjoy your childhood the way that other people got to, right? And so this is why you experienced harsh reality, the truth about the harsh truth about reality early on. A lot of kids, because they enjoyed their childhood, they didn't experience a lot of those realities till they got older, right? Like, they didn't get to experience the backstabbing and the betrayal and the humiliation and the bullying, you know, and the emotional pain and trauma. They didn't experience any of that until their adult life, right? Where you in your childhood, you were experiencing a lot of this harsh reality early on, heavy, right? Collective. So because of this, very early on in your life, there were a lot of things that bothered you. There were a lot of problems that you were trying to solve. And over time, even as you got into your early adults, you were trying to solve these problems, but you realized that it couldn't be solved. It couldn't be fixed. So you came to the conclusion that, okay, well, I can't do nothing about this. Like, because there was a point in your life where you were mad at yourself, or you were mad at the people in your life because of the things that you went through, right? Like, you beat yourself up for the things that you went through. You were mad at your caregivers for treating you a certain way. but you realize, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm just going to keep being angry about something that already happened. You can't go back and change what happened. You realize that, collective. You realize that you could not go back and change it. So you had to change how you viewed your situation. You were forced very early on to change your perspective about a lot of things in life, collective, because you had no other choice, right? The abuse already happened. The disrespect already happened. The betrayal, you can't go back. And then what else? Another thing, collective, another reason why you had to change your perspective and what forced you to change your perspective is because when you started to see the people who did you wrong, when you started to look at their lives and you were hurt, still hurt. You were still hurting. You know what I'm saying? You were still in pain. And you looked up and looked at them and they were carefree. They were laughing and enjoying their lives. And they moved on and didn't care about you. That burned you up. That made you mad. So that lit a flame up under your butt too, collective. And you realize, wait a minute. These people moved on with their lives. They don't care about me. They're still laughing and chopping it up and chucking it up. So why am I still fixated on it? So you wisened up, collective. You said, you know what? Oh no, they think it's a joke that I'm still in pain. So I'm not going to be the victim of my circumstance, because guess what? When I'm playing victim, that makes them powerful. That empowers them. That empowers the abuser. Me playing victim, because that means, ha, 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 I still have this effect. I control the, no. So collective, you said no. You don't get to control my narrative. You don't get to control how I feel. You don't get to dictate the outcome of this. No, I get to determine that. So collective, you took the power back into your hands and you decided to face the harsh truth of reality. And because you did this, it changed your perspective on life. And because it changed your perspective on life, it also changed the trajectory of your life as well, right? Because now you don't sit in misery and play victim, and it doesn't hold you hostage for all these years. So many people, collective, sit in misery, sit in doubt, sit in all of these stagnant emotions because they're so focused on the problem and it not having a solution, when really they need to be focusing on the truth of the reality. Facing the harsh truth. But so many people don't want to face the harsh truth because it hurts. The truth hurts, right? So many people go all these years running away from the truth. But here you go, collective, facing your truths head on, because you had to learn how to face your truths head on. You had no other choice. So this is why you're so much ahead of your time too, collective, because when you're hit with the obstacle in your face, you face it head on and you move on from it. Other people, they're hit with it and they sit with it for years and years and years. And over time that builds up and it festers and it becomes something completely disastrous. Right, collective? And so because you've learned how to face the harsh truths early in life, again, when you're met with these obstacles, you see the truth in all of the obstacles, okay? And this is how you navigate through life now. And this is why people look at you and they don't understand how you go through what you go through, and it's like you're going through it untouched. It's like they see you walk through fire and you come out the other side with not a scab, not a burn, nothing. And they don't understand. But they don't understand your mindset, right? And these are things that you had to learn early on. I'm sure you are grateful for having to go through what you went through, collective, because now you're starting to see now over time, whoa, it was actually a blessing in disguise, right? that you had to face these harsh truths early on, because now later on in your life you're facing these truths with ease. Who am I talking to, collective? I know I'm talking to somebody. I can't just be talking to myself, okay? If this is you that I'm talking to, if this message resonates with any way, let me know down below in the comments, because I would definitely love to hear from you, okay? If this is your first time here on my channel, please make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you a part of our tribe, all right? And if you're returning, thank y'all so much for continuing to support me. Y'all be so loyal, and y'all know I love loyalty. I love y'all so much. All right, it's Karkar. I'm signing out. Talk to y'all later. Bye.